Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. Hope you're doing well. Today, we're actually going to finish Esoteric Ebb. Yesterday, we got through quite a bit of the game. Basically, we tried to do some side quests and failed because of some mechanics, which I won't go into. And then we went into the pillar. It took a bit longer than I expected, but we managed to go through that whole exposition. We met, spoilers, we met the god Earth and dealt with the missing paladin and basically solved the case of the tea shop. And then now I think we're in just basically some sort of epilogue. It's not really the epilogue. It's more like it's the final day. It's election day. It's time for everyone to vote. And it's kind of it seems like it's kind of just a final tour of, going through all the NPCs we met, reporting to Lady Sageleaf, Coin Lord Darrow, and then actually I think the game is going to end. My prediction is the game is going to end when we cast our vote, and then that's that. So yeah, gonna be pretty chill. We're just gonna go through it. There's no like quest or any, we're not like in any rush or anything, but I'm looking forward to finally finishing this game. So, and I guess I'll just mention it probably later in the stream, but I have a pretty good idea what I'm streaming this week. So Tuesday, we're gonna continue the sort of flying city theme a bit with the two games we have. So Tuesday will be Airborne Empire, some more of that, and then Wednesday will be Aether and Iron, and then Thursday and Friday I'll be turning into a bus driver and be playing Busbound, which is coming out on the Thursday. So definitely a variety of games. But yeah, I'm trying to finish Esoteric Ebb now before Busbound comes, so I don't have to keep juggling, some of the games. I still haven't, on this topic, like I still haven't finished Cairn technically. I think I got kind of ticked off by the ending because I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do? So I kind of dropped it. I don't know if maybe just for completeness I might try, because apparently what I'm hearing is apparently you're supposed to struggle in that very end part of Cairn, and then Abba does something. I'm not so yeah, well, we might, if I have some time I might try to bring that to a close. Okay. So last we left off, we just got ejected from the pillar. We're back in Tolstad. Now we can just run around and explore. And also the music is kind of reflects the sort of positivity here. Oh. Grab the hammer for a green coast. Oh, I didn't even read. What did he say? Or an Asgilian something. Asgilian hammer. Yes. Enjoy yourself, Romulus. Oh, there's Axel there. I'm gonna try beholding him again. You'll find it one day someday, but not this day. Perhaps you will see him again. Who are you kidding? Of course you will. His expertise in the city below is not for nothing. You should keep him close. He'll be real useful if you ever want to get into that freelance dungeoneering business. Seriously, there's a lot of money in that. Okay. Let's start with this area. Let's talk to Alphaz here. The Asgilist. The dwarven foreman crosses his arms when you approach, lifting his eyes to meet your gaze. Mr. Cityman, I can gladly inform you that the Asgalian movement is going splendidly. Slap him back. I'm just doing my duty to the cause. The dwarf grins at you while nodding 3 times. Happy to have you on our side, cleric. Any case, we've got our duty to fulfill, here in the last moments before a new, hopefully green dawn. So the Asgalists are in the running for the election, but based on, I think, the polling or the projections, the Asgalists don't really have a chance of, I think they only have like 20-25% of the vote. So they're definitely in the minority position. It's mostly dominated by the Free Striders and the Nationalists. But who knows? Maybe something's changed. Also, I noticed the tea shop entrance is open. We could pop in there. Make sure to put down your vote in a wise way for the future of our city. For the future of our city. For Norvik. All the dwarves around chant in unison. For Norvik. Okay. Also, I need to look it up, but I did have a thought about when we said goodbye to Earth. It's a kind of weird thing to say, but the god Earth, back in the Beyond, I was like wondering, he told me to vote Asgalist. And I need to look it up, but is that a fixed thing that the Earth always says, or is it based on, again, the leaning you have in the game? Like in this case, I went hard. Actually, I went hard Asgalist here. If it is fixed, then it is kind of a commentary. It feels like a commentary on, because again, we learned that the Free Striders and Nationalists are kind of, there's a conspiracy, and they're kind of working together. So it is kind of, the game is kind of leaning towards that, but I'm not sure. Let me go. Can we go inside here? Doesn't seem like I can. That's kind of odd. Okay. Oh, and also Modissa's here. Let's have a chat with her. A group of Asgal youth activists are handing out newspapers and chanting slogans. They are showing their values in the streets.
Oh?
One of them adjusts her glasses. Cleric. Thanks again for the ink. We managed to, just before the deadline, get each and every copy sent out across the city. The girl moves up a stack of newspaper with a grunt and then looks at you. The election issue is going out well and enough. Though I'm still pissed that I had to change the article. Feels like such a waste. It's a safe move, you know it. Yeah, I know. That's what's pissing me off. We want a splash, to be noticed. Otherwise, it's just another minor zine. Nobody will bat an eye at this. Odessa, there's still good stuff here, her halfling friend mutters from the side. Yeah, I'm just saying, getting a reaction is good. That's exactly what the youth Asgals are all about. Confrontation, evaluation, and intense debate. That's what Myron always said. I mean, she still does. Just as a forewoman, and not as our boss. All of a sudden, she wobbles a bit on the spot and her eyes grow dim. Oh, Odessa. What's wrong with her? Her dwarven friend grabs her in time and gives her some support as she gets steady. Oh gods damn it. She swears and rubs her temples. I think she's been overworking? I don't think she wasn't at the bar, right? Well, maybe she was. You okay? Yeah. It was a long night, Zerba explains. Modissus didn't stop working until we went here. The halfling taps Modissa on the arm with a rolled up copy of the chant. Not again, you'll get yourself killed if you work this much. Yeah, get back to work, you two. The human grunts and clicks her tongue. You, she says, you better read a copy, then go spread the word. Asgalism is the future. We're the future of Asgalism. Not gonna talk about the license. Just gonna let them do their thing. Let's see. Oh, and then that's... Oh, I can see the seagull over there. Let's talk to Axel. Oh, look, Romulus. It's the cleric of Norvik. Come to bless us once again. Aren't you just a darn lucky charm of a human, eh? He slaps you on the arm. It hurts. I actually met with one of those ancient snail people. What? Yeah, he should be around here somewhere, a fellow called Isk Arum. Guard to Grin? An actual snail folk? Alive and all. Last time I checked. Oh, the snail just appears. Appearing out of a puff of tiny esoteric sparks, Isk suddenly stands beside you. Hello. Oh. I heard my name. That's I. The dwarf stares at the snail with a grin. In return, Isk just nods. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, see, he's having a telepathic conversation with Axel right now. No need to worry. I've been in stasis for millennia. I'd say that loses me the mineral rights. He's asking. I see. The snail lets out a blubbing laugh. And I see. These white manes must have found something sinister in our halls. Which isn't surprising, really. My kin were quite the mad bunch towards the end. What? He's, Dwarf stares blankly, then he gets it. You're reading my mind? Yes, sorry, is that intrusive? I can't help it, you see. No, it's very efficient. I like it. But then, do you know where it is? Not to a degree that would make you happy, but perhaps to a degree that would be helpful. You see, my good dwarf, I too seek certain artifacts that could be found in Tulamon. So perhaps we could collaborate. Oh, this looks like a start of a beautiful friendship or partnership. Yes. Vidunderlicht. The dwarf reaches out and grabs the snail's hand, shaking it. We'll make a good team, Isk. Good. I'll be in touch. Hello. The dwarf turns back to you, his eyes beaming. Literally. Can't believe this is happening. Years of toil and now everything happens at once. Thanks to you, cleric. He shakes your hand as well, leaving some snail mucus on your glove. I'll be sure to let you know how it goes, and if you're interested in some freelancing, I'll be sure to reach out as well. Could be something they make a sequel. This would be definitely a thing to follow on. The dwarf laughs maniacally. The rust monster follows suit. Then he leans in with a sudden, serious expression. And you're voting green, aren't you? Of course. Ha! Go necked. He laughs and slaps you on the arm again. Romulus makes a screeching noise on his shoulder. He's seeing you. Alright, okay. Bye. Nice. Okay. So, I think we started off... This seems like the Asgla's corner right here. I don't think these... I don't think we might have... We're going to talk with some other characters, and they probably don't have as positive impression of ours, so... At least we got these out of the way. Speaking of, the seagull wasn't really impressed with us. Let's talk of it. The seagull stares at you. It does not move when you approach, though it does observe you. Speak with animals is not available. A bit strange. Hello, Faye. The bird squawks at you. Oh, before you can even cast Speak with Animals, it begins to take off, making some horrid noises as it does. Could have been worse. Could have pecked your eyes out. True. Okay. Let's see. Oh, my bike's here. You see your bike now alone on the bridge. It's absolutely beautiful as always. You wish to ride it. A manlier bike would be in red, but it will suffice. Snell watches you stare at the bicycle. True love right here. It's wonderful to see. Okay. So if I recall correctly, it's still locked. We do have the knock spell, so we could unlock it. But I'll do these things. Why is it alone? What happened to all the other bikes? They probably cleared them to make room for all the people here. Good thing they didn't touch yours. I imagine this is how the cowboys of Old Diminor felt when they reunited with their horses. We'll never know for sure, so yeah, why not? Off into the sunset on your yellow bike. Dramatically appropriate. Epic. Cowboy tales are not real. Cowboy, herder of cows historically employed on the prairies of central Old Diminor. Also famous for the Cowboy Rebellion. I wonder what that is. Now finish up here so you can do something important instead. Let's unlock the bike here. You cast knock on the lock of the bike. Oh. So you didn't have your key. I lost it in the river. Oh yeah, right. Got it. So now you can ride on back home. You want to ride with me? I have a feeling that would be a bit of a death wish. Maybe some other day, but thanks for the offer. I'm back for you. Something tells me that maybe the actual end is actually riding off in the sunset on my bike after we vote. That'd be a pretty good ending too. What? Who are all these people down here? There's also a bike stuck in the bridge there. Okay, so that's a little crowd. Alright, let's head down here. I believe there was some sort of ball game happening. Oh, there's bikes strewn all over the place here. Oh, Mushroom Man's here. Close by. Okay, musicians here. Let's see here. Somewhat talkative dwarf. The dwarf ignores you and whispers to the goblins, "The storm calls to us." What does that mean? Oh, and Nassan's right here. Okay. Oh, I definitely want. Let's talk with these two. I'm gonna do a full save here, just to. I don't know if any of these decisions if there's any decisions that we make here that will still matter, but I'm just gonna do that anyway. Burr waves his staff around the grass, causing little flowers to sprout. When he notices you, he tips his cap. Huh? Snell makes sure to keep a healthy distance from the conversation. Which you understand his fear of mushroom runs deep. It is tragic, really. Cleric. Oh, he's speaking normal. You speak normal now? No, Burr? Ness cast tongues on me. Oh, Nassan. Very kind of her. Allows me to interact with people up here. Hey, Snell, you should come over here. Let's do some exposure training. What's that? Exposure training? Yeah. It's when you spend time around things you're afraid of in order to get used to them. Sounds dumb. What if you're completely rationally scared of giant badgers? Are you supposed to go dive into their nest just to see how many meters of intestines they're able to rip out before you get rid of your fear? Are you planning on ripping out my companion's intestines? I have no interest in that. He says he's not interested in that. I can hear you. No offense, Mr. Burr. I'm just really not a mushroom kind of guy. That's okay. I really don't mind. I bet if you want to try that exposure technique later, I bet Ness would love to get close to you. Despite the distance, you both hear and see the goblin shudder. I'll think about it. So polite. Anyhow, hello. Nice to see you up here. Yes, it has been a very long time, and not nearly as bad as I remembered. Potentially, it's simply because the weather is quite good on this day. But we will see. I probably won't stay too long. Checking out the election? I am. It is very interesting. Reminds me a lot of the hive-minded peoples I've interacted with over the years. For the people to sway the course of the colony, it seems like wisdom, though it could backfire depending on the general level of intelligence and individual wisdom of the people. Mushroom speaks true. People are way too stupid to handle democracy. Can't argue with that. You must believe in people. Liberty for all. I'm debating between 1 and 2 here. This is going to go poorly. Many people are all too stupid. I believe in us as a collective. Belief is good, I think. Nods. It's interesting to talk about this. Lots of people here seem to know about democracy. Thank you for sharing. Hope to see you around. You as well, cleric. You appear to be a great person among your people. I wish you and your followers well. He speaks as if you were a god yourself. That's not possible. Ever. You do deserve followers, obviously. Whoa, careful. Don't want to get one of those egos. I also noticed that ever since we talked with Earth in that whole conversation, ego came up a lot. And now the word egos is always underlined. That's definitely deliberate. I'm not sure what exactly that means. And let's talk to my favorite character, Nissan, a fellow dark elf. You see the elf conversing with the giant central tree of Tolstad. Her words clearly articulate. Also, this tree was so clutch when we cast Speak of Plants. Because I think it gave us... Well, I don't know if it was totally necessary, but it did lower the DC with Lord Gorm. When we were... It gave us a little prophecy. So it did actually help in the end. Oh my lord, do not fret. They do not wish you any harm. They are voting. It's called democracy. She's speaking quite clearly. Taking care of her elders. How lovely. The leaves on the tree rustle, and the elf chuckles. Yes, it is quite silly, isn't it? Oh, cleric. I'm just having a chat here with Lord Pooh. Hello, Nassan. Hello, Lord Pooh. The leaves rustle again, and the elf translates. He says hello. A branch sways in the wind. In a minute now, we have to be polite first. The cleric is a great hero in the city. Is he trying to get rid of me? He chuckles creepily. In a nice way. I've been meaning to see how it went for you, actually, with your little trip. Glance up at the Pillar of Jor. Yes, that trip. Lord Pooh here saw it all. He sees most things around here, in fact. He is interested too, aren't you, Minompuni? I think it went well. Almost died, but that's usually how it goes with most things. Yeah, I think about it. If we didn't convince, I would assume that if we didn't convince Lord Gorm, we would be fighting him. But actually, we didn't fight him at all. There's no fight up there, which is kind of cool. Snell listens to your description intently. Interesting. Communion with the primal strings and our little Vatar makes it clear the disturbance of the tea shop has been calmed as well. You should feel proud, cleric. That is an accomplishment. Also, it's worth noting, she used to have a speech tick. Like, she would repeat words when we first, when we talked to her earlier, but she's speaking quite normally here. It's interesting. Thank you, Nasan. You are welcome. Maybe we should leave these two lovebirds to their action, your companion mothers behind you. He stands quite a bit away, as per usual. Yes, perhaps we should. Although first I should speak with you about a certain topic. Druidism, cleric. Oh. That is a true path to walk. That is folly. Do not listen to this primal balance idiocy. What about it? It has no real foothold in Norvik, but we have a monthly meetup in various parks around the city. I think it should be. I think that there's a typo there. I don't think A should be there. But we have monthly meetups in various parks around the city. If you wish to partake in the next one, you have my official invitation. I do have to say, like, I wasn't expecting to go druid, but it is associated with wisdom, which is one of my proficient abilities. And honestly, druidism has been kind of clutch. Honestly, it's mainly because of Barkskin. Barkskin saved our hide so many times during this game. Sure, would be. I'm not going to commit to being a druid, but I'll partake. Sure, would be interesting to listen in. Wonderful. I'll be sure to get enough fika for all of us. Fika. Oh yeah, I think a dwarven term for tea and cookies or something else sweet. Usually used to take a break during work, to the dismay of employers everywhere. Yes. We usually discuss... That's a very emphatic yes for snacks. We usually discuss primal incidents, how to keep our parks and below areas safe from expansion, and so on. I'm sure they would be interested in hearing about the tea shop. Some people express concern over if it was primal or elemental related. It is related to the elves of Ilum. That would be definitely related to this. I'll be glad to see you there, cleric. I hope you two enjoy this election day. You've earned it. She smiles. Snell clears his throat and looks awkward. Time to go then, cleric. He's standing quite a bit away from Nasan as always. I mean to ask now, why are you so scared of mushrooms? Where does it come from? Not scared. It's a rational aversion. Nasan chuckles, a deep chuckle. Oh, we can make a check here. I'm not geared toward charisma though right now. But we still have advantage, I think. Oh, also I have the feat. So I have the feat that gives +1 on all the other days of the game, but on election day it becomes +10. That's going to be extremely useful today. Okay, so I've actually got 26 there. Just push for it. It'll break. Come on, you can tell me after everything we've been through. The goblin rubs his eyes. Fine. Okay. He turns to face Nasan. It's not because of you, first of all, even if I'm sure you'd gladly take the credit. Of course. She smiles creepily, her eyes half glazed over. It's a bit of a cliche, but I fell into a mushroom patch as a kid during the garden expansion. The spores got in my mouth and my eyes. It was awful. It is a traumatic experience. That makes sense. Took weeks for the icky feeling to disappear. He shudders. So excuse me if I'm a bit standoffish, okay? Dakar's Snell. What does this mean? Dwarven term translating into something like poor little one or woe be unto thee. Okay. Wow. That's so funny it's almost sad. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Stakars, Estelle. He groans. Don't call me that. Ah, I heard the halfways had trouble early on in the expansion process. Lots of little incidents like that. But I can promise you, mushrooms are not so bad as they seem. If handled properly and not used to trap little goblin children, they're quite lovely fungi. Sure, I get that. But I'm still going to stand back if that's okay. Of course, now. Just let me know if you change your mind later. I'm always available for a hug. Right. He looks extremely uncomfortable. Nice. Stakars now. Tell Lord Puth, thank you for the cash. Some good stuff in there. Yeah, we found the ring of protection in there. It didn't come in handy, but I think I'm still actually wearing it. Tree rustles. He understands you, and he tells you. Oh, you can't say that. He slaps the trunk. I apologize on his behalf. It's okay, I got loot. That's all that matters. Of course. He leans in and whispers to you. I will calm him down. Sorry about this. Oh, the tree's mad that I took his loot. Okay. Sure, yeah. Good. Cool. Oh, I guess everybody's on top side, so like this would have gone into the lore areas, but I can't seem to go there. I think this epilogue is all on this outside area. Okay. That helps constrain it a bit. Oh, Lady Sageleaf is right there. You know, let's do a... Nope. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you will be consumed. She wields power you could only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil, good, is selfishness for her own tribe the defining trait. Kind of similar to Earth, honestly. So we're supposed to report to her. We will do that in a sec, but I'm just gonna look around. If there's any other... Oh, the crab. Also, the pipe is still interactable here. That's interesting. Let's quick save. You walk up to the crab. A blue crab, but he's a nationalist. Why? Blue is the color of Norvik. So we all share the city. Not for long. But isn't nationalism all red? Norvik in the Arcane era was red, the time of bloodshed and violent growth. This era, this is blue. And the crab made you think of that. Yes. Hey there, fellow. Watch out! Beware, beware! Oh gods, cleric! Suddenly it leaps forward, snapping at your gloved hand. I think it's not being malicious. Pull my hand back. You pull your hand back instinctively. The crab misses its target and tumbles down. You watch as the crab dives into the river. You hear a light splash below. Oh, maybe I should have not done that. That was less dramatic than I expected. You're a man. Of course you won't cause drama from a little crab. Oh no, I forgot to tell it what I was voting in the election. Oh no. Don't worry, cleric. I'm sure it already knows. It probably does not care. A strange interaction. Okay, why is this... Oh. Okay, I see what they did here. Everglad, him and the pipes. Since Everglad can't come up here, this is the only way. We can talk with him through this pipe communication system. Let's save here, because it sounds like, given what we know what happened with Lord Gorm, we're going to have an interesting conversation with Everglad here, because once they turned him into a warlock. Sound from the pipe. A rattle, a calling. Hello? You hear a deep chuckle echoing, ringing deep from below the below. Hello, Ragan. Oh, gods. Not you again. Do not be so dismissive. See me as nothing but a humble merchant. You have many a thing to handle on this joyful day. I will be quick. Tell me. Share your experience of the pools of my spawning, the beyond. What did you think of poor old Gorm? You knew Gorm was the rogue spellcaster. Why didn't you say anything? You appear to not quite understand my profession here. I'd say no more than deemed worthy of exchange. Your profession sucks. Everglad. Can you hear through all of these pipes? More or less. So you listened when I tried to climb inside of this pipe. I did. That's embarrassing. What he said. I don't know. I think that makes any difference if we tell. I'll tell you. Sure, I'll tell you. The aberration lets out a deep grumble through the pipe. Gorm is dead. I also met Earth in the beyond. We talked a bit. Ah, it is true then. The god stuck in between. Oh, fascinating. You happy now? Very. And poor old Gorm, it seemed he was a bad choice for patronage. This guy, together with that assassin, this guy, Everglad keeps losing, I'm noticing. Should probably change his strategy a bit. Did you know he was going to ritually slaughter a bunch of innocent people? In the attempt of resurrecting his god, then? I did not know. However, it was not difficult to guess. If a holy paladin comes to me for power, then there are very few answers to be found. Good to have it confirmed. Just remind me, why did you support Gorm with those dark powers? It was a whole thing. I gambled on his viability for a certain string. His role was not quite as I anticipated. Alas, as you say, it is what it is. Well, you lost, you gambled, and you lost. Whap whap. Well, I'll be going now. Very well. Enjoy the spoils of your suffrage now, Ragan. Speak soon. The voice fades along with that ever so unnerving grumble. Sure. Great. That was actually quite short conversation, but okay. So while the snail is Oh, I can still comprehend languages on this. Embedded in the earth, you find weather-bitten stone in the shape of a spiral. Its edges are... Yeah, so I think I read all this already. There's something here, but can you understand it yet? Its purpose. I can do comprehend languages. I guess I could have done this even before Election Day. I'll do it right now. Casting the spell infuses your fingers with a tingling sensation. You trace out the symbols on the surface of the rock. These ancient glyphs suddenly rearrange in your mind. You understand it perfectly. Students, brothers, followers. Lay down your arms and your soul, your ego, there it is again. The gates remain open. No god shall close them. Enter leyline-location. Offer your mind stay put on the string. Leyline location? That seems like a poorly translated noun. This could be Gate Hera. Could very well be a message from the Keepers of Jor themselves. The spell fades as you finish translating the message. I wonder if we had done this before we talked to Isk down in the prison. Maybe this might have unlocked something. These are the words of a very old people. Perhaps those who came before everyone else. Okay, well, I'm gonna pursue that one anymore. There's the bugbear. I'm pretty sure we can't go down that way. Yeah, let's talk with Moongore here. Well, look what Snell dragged back. It's that human man thing. In one piece too. Very impressive, I know. Moongore lifts her mace up on her shoulder. Watch yourself. This election day is ramping up. No trouble on Tolstad, but there has been some brewing on Northwall. Oh, anything bad? No, just sounds fun. Wish I could get in a brawl. Just a little one. That'd make my day. Well, the cleric would love to do it now, but we really don't have time. Boring. Aw. I'll be standing here then, hoping for something interesting to happen. She groans and adjusts her shield. Any moment now. You enjoying the music? It's pleasurable, yes. Nearly is an artist. Not many deserve such a title. Most who call themselves that simply sit in their dark abodes, typing or painting away at some deep or oh so meaningful static thing. No. Real art lives in the air, like lightning, like blood before it dries. She shivers. I get it. She ignores your words and lets out a deep, grumbling growl. Now silence. The thunder is roaring. The music I think that we're hearing is actually, coming from her. We should try not to bother her though. But let me see if there's any interaction here. Nearly sits on the grass, playing a tune carried long on the wind. She is so deeply into her performance, she does not notice you approach. An interesting tune, not traditional, but still neat. She's good. She plucks her strings, but they are connected to the Esoteric music machine. Oh yeah, this is the machine we gave her. An interesting way to make music. Esoteric music. How wonderful. The Goblin Bard keeps playing to the HWBT goblins. Look at the audience. They're all spellbound by the melody. Mostly goblins of the Halfway Bridge tribe. Enjoying a fine day outside. You feel the community. Down to the earth itself. Let her play, cleric. If you want to sit down and listen, I think we've got time. Get a wave to her? She glances up at you, giving you a quick nod before continuing to play. Okay. Cool. Alright, now we're gonna finally talk to Lady Sageleaf. I think we're just gonna we're kind of doing a counterclockwise circle around town, so we did the Asgula stuff. We're in this garden now. Next will probably be Viskin, the Lich House. Oh, no, don't delete that save file. And then, yeah, we'll just keep going from there. We'll probably end up, the last part would probably be Darrow's place, I think. You approach the Goblin Chieftain sitting on the grassy field by herself. You notice several eyes fall upon you from the bodyguard stationed across the area. They're ready to attack you at a glance. She is enjoying the sun. Careful now. Be polite. She doesn't look so intimidating sitting out here. I'm back. Yes, I can see that. She squints at you before closing her eyes again. Snell? Yes, my lady. Report. How did it go? The necklace of Fireball was used accidentally in the tea shop. It was meant to go off underneath the temple on election day. Right about now, in fact. She leans forward in her seat and glares at her servant. Lord Gorm and the Beyond wished to use those deaths to bring back his god from the dead. She stares at him. You know, Earth. I got that part. Yeah, so, Lord Gorm was dealt with, and he is confirmed dead. Real dead, like dematerialized. She glances at you, then back to Snow. I see. So the threat was neutralized. There should be no ongoing repercussions. The dragon clicks her tongue. I want more details later, but good. Well done. She turns to you with a slight smile. You as well, cleric. The service you've performed here is more than I ever expected. A backhanded compliment. I love it. Right. That should be it. Then there was that chat with Earth. Right. Lady Sageleaf then looks away twice before raising her eyebrows to the sky. Would she be interested in that? Maybe not. Excuse me, did you say Earth? You handle that one. Yes, Earth lives in the space between. He's dead, but his spirit acts as a channel for magic. He's just there? Okay, so she is interested. Yeah, or rather, he used his last strength to reach out this time. We had a nice conversation, a good talk. She points a finger towards Snow. I want a full report on this later. Of course, Lady Sageleaf. And he's going to definitely report on him having that conversation about the genocides and all that. Then the goblin chieftain grumbles to herself. Esoteric bullshit. Agreed. Oh yes. She groans. It's good to have you back. I'm at least very glad you did not get stuck out there in the void. And you, Snow. I'm very, very happy you made it out alive. You are my best runner after all. You are my best runner after all. My lady. He bows. Nerd. Okay. So it sounds like these conversations are... I like how a lot of them are just, you know, pretty short, to the point. But they do give it like just a nice little epilogue. Of, I guess a sense of conclusion with that character and our interactions with them. Who do we got? Oh, we've got a lot of characters here. We can't... The Griffin's here, but we can't interact with them. The sign here. Free drinks sponsored by the Ascani Reed Trading Co. Oh. Bribing people with drinks before on election day. Trying to buy some votes, huh? Let me see what's happening here. There's this goblin guy who doesn't like us. Biskin's over there. Craig is over there. See if I can behold this guy again. Nope. Behold. Oh, I did get the DC-20 thing. The more you stare into those deranged eyes of his, the more you understand. He is not full of hatred from some idealistic vision of the future. He does not view the future of Ascani as a goblin paradise. All he wants, entirely due to some personal vendetta fueled by sociopathy, is to erase humans from existence. Nope. He would have good reason to. Honestly. Human? I don't think he likes me. He doesn't like anyone. Raz glares at you from beneath that hood. Then he puts down his pipe with a scowl. I'm looking forward to the day all your human filth are wiped out for good. I can promise you it's not far away. Why are you so mean? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. Nobody likes humans. You should all just die. We're still here, though. For now. Raz looks away and grumbles to himself. I think he's upset now. Yeah, us goblins are so sensitive, you know? Fuck you. Fuck you. Discourse. Inane. If they ever do a sequel, this guy will definitely... He probably will have some plan in action to try to get rid of humans and probably come back up. Oh, the rats are here. Oh, and then... Oh, and Bondival's here too. I didn't get to behold him. A demi-lich? An insane demi-lich. His mind having shattered many years ago. However, his behavior, along with the simple fact that he exists down here in a relatively stable condition, suggests his madness has either not entirely set in, or that he is being shepherded, perhaps by the pale man upstairs. You understand how to please him. His ego is almost as big as his physical body is tiny, and he craves the feeling of superiority. In effect, he's a fairly good teacher if you can stand the belittlement. The skull has seen more esoteric events, historical battles, and shifts in global power than even the grandest of dragons of the Fade era. Keep on his good side, and you'll have a great repository of knowledge in the future here. Okay. Let's talk with these rats. These, debating rats. You approach the 5 happy rats in a circle. A joyful squeaking fills your ears. How cute. It's almost like they're holding a little debate. Little ones. They are honorable rats. Let's join in on this. The spell activates, and your ears are suddenly filled with the most horrific sludge. Political bickering. Oh boy, here we go. Are you a fool? Squeaks the red rat, his tiny whiskers quivering with righteous fury. The blessed teachings of Earth demand human supremacy. These streets belong to the children of Norvik, not some mongrel coalition of... A good little rat. Spare us the dead god propaganda, interrupts the yellow rat, rubbing her paws together. What this city needs is economic freedom. Join the Free Cities Trade Network and watch prosperity flow like grain through broken silo. Democracy, commerce, liberty. Hell yeah, good rat. Liberty? The green rat practically foams at the whiskers. Liberty to exploit the working rodent? Your free trade is simply slavery with extra steps. The Workers' Party demands fair wages for every creature rodent, even the oppressed sewer newts. Why does the green one speak like a Vorgeni Highlander? Radical, but well thought. So those three are the 3 main parties. I can't remember what the white rat was like the optimistic one, and the black rat was the pessimistic one. I don't think they were like party affiliated, but let's just see here. White rat wrings his tiny paws desperately. Please, can't we all just get along? I mean, we're all rats here. Surely there's common ground. Don't be a pussy, the red rat hisses back. The black rat then lets out a voice like grinding millstones. Let us find no common ground in the ashes of your pathetic ideologies. When the great burning comes, all your politics will matter not. The agricultural collective understood this, as they feasted upon the grain, before they sold their souls to the green fools, workers' paradise. The agricultural party were crypto-fascists, snaps the green rat. We absorbed their few decent policies and discarded their reactionary... Crypto-fascists? Rat's eyes bulge. We're the ones preserving traditional values while you preach the dissolution of species hierarchy, Earth's divine plan. No, Jacob, I was talking about the agricultural collective. Oh, the red rat assumes. I just assumed. You guys are really into this politics stuff, aren't you? The black rat stands up on his hind and holds out a paw in your direction. Looking closely, you notice him giving you the finger. Wow. Rude. I want to suggest a bit of a break, the white rat practically weeps. Maybe if we all just took a moment and thought about how our words can hurt other people. Maybe we can learn to love one another and be truly happy? White Rat's really trying. I don't think it's probably possible. They all look to one another for a bit as a silence sweeps their debate circle. Like, the White Rat continues, a compromise? Compromise is weakness, the Red Rat shrieks. Compromise is exploitation, Green Rat shrieks even louder. Compromise is bad business, Yellow Rat shrieks the loudest of them all. Keep listening. Is business all you think about? At least I'm honest about profit motives, supply and demand, natural selection of ideas. Natural selection. How quaint. I once believed in the sanctity of grain stores and harvest cycles. Now I see the truth. All grows rotten in the end, even with precious democracy. Frankie will crumble to dust. But if we could just find a middle path, a compromise that it respects everyone's... The collapse is inevitable, the Black Rat whispers ominously. And I'm trying to do like a sort of, I'm tired sort of voice for Black Rat. He seems like he's a doomer. I just realized. The five rats glare at each other with the intensity of creatures who've been having this exact argument for approximately 17 consecutive hours. The green rat adjusts his tiny worker's cap, which is actually a bottle cork. Look, the material conditions of sewer hierarchies clearly demonstrate. Oh, stuff your material conditions up your burrow, the yellow rat waves a dismissive paw. The invisible paw of the market. I see. Invisible paw of the market will sort everything out. Competition breeds excellence. Competition breeds rivers of blood, the Black Rat intones darkly. I have seen the fields burn, the granaries emptied, the hope drained from farmers' eyes like blood from a punctured grain sack. Okay, seriously, the Green Rat says. You need help, Marky. I don't think you ever got over that incident. Yes. Perhaps that is true. But therapy did not work, so I will never see the light again. White Rat tries desperately to change the subject. Has anyone considered the weather lately? Lovely weather for Unity. Oh, I don't like small talk. The weather is a manifestation of Earth's displeasure with foreign influence, the Red Rat practically vibrates with theological fervor. These unseasonable rains are clearly punishment for abandoning traditional rat values. Actually, the Yellow Rat smirks. I've cornered the market on umbrella futures. Rain is fantastic for business. While the working rats get soaked, the Green Rat pounds his tiny fist, having forgotten his talk with poor Marky. Typical capitalist exploitation of natural disasters. Let them all drown, the Black Rat murmurs with satisfaction. The rain falls equally on the just and unjust. Mostly on the unjust, if we're fortunate. The cacophony reaches a crescendo as all five rats begin squeaking simultaneously, their tiny voices creating a symphony of democratic dysfunction that would make any region parliament proud. Eventually, the time on the spell runs out. Thank goodness. Their squeaking turns back into actual squeaking. Finally, some peace and quiet. You really sympathize with the White Rat. They're trying, but I don't think their approach is going to work here. That was fun. Can I talk with Bondival here? Where am I going? Oh, you can walk up here? What? Wait, holy shit, I didn't even notice. This takes gut. So you could have walked all the way up here. Huh. This walkway does not follow the Safety Council's standards of 22. I don't think it's meant to be a walkway. You spot a familiar skull perched on the crumbling edge of the ancient snail tower. overlooking the river. He's completely still, like an ornament of a particularly morose garden decorator. Bondable? Cleric. The skull spins to face you, gems twinkling. Come, sit with me. He gestures with nothing. He seems to think he gestures. Yeah, again, reminder, this guy, again, not quite straight in the head. He thinks he has his body, even though it clearly doesn't exist anymore. So he's not even aware that he's just a skull. I'll sit. Sometimes a man needs to stretch his legs, get some fresh air in his lungs. He has neither legs nor lungs. This spot is great, isn't it? The river, the sky. It's nice, yeah. But I've been thinking, cleric. Skull rattles slightly. I need a new doom. New doom? What's wrong with your old one? My current alcove is fine. Fine. But fine is not spectacular. A necrolord deserves better. What did you have in mind? The North Wall. Have you seen the view from up there? Magnificent. I could set up a whole laboratory, balcony overlooking the city, maybe a reading nook in by the window. The altitude alone would be worth it. The feng shui alone would lead to much more attuned ley line access. How did you get out of the crypt? What do you mean? I simply walked. In all honesty, if the average Norvikian saw a skull floating on by casually, then they would most likely not assume it was an evil undead. They would assume it was a joking illusion or cantrip by some neighboring kid. No, that kind of rings true, yeah. I live on North Wall. It's nice. You do? Good. Then you'll have a new neighbor soon. I don't want you as a neighbor. I'd love to have you as a neighbor. I have no strong feeling on your presence on North Wall. It's a very, very big district. Yes, it'll be perfect. Feng Shui? Don't get me started. It's one of my many hobbies. And I know what you're thinking. Why would an incredible honorable lich like myself ever dabble in celestial bullshit? One reason. Balance of the elements. Radiance might hurt quite a bit, but that pain can be the secret to longevity, you know? I would know. I'm immortal. Are you really a lich? You seem more like a talking skull who reads too many magazine tales. I would retort with something clever, but I'm enjoying the sun far too much to entertain your inane comment. Good luck with that. Luck? Ha! Luck is for mortals who don't plan ahead. The skull turns back towards the river. Viskin thinks I'm being ridiculous, of course. But what does he know about interior design? Not much. His lair is pretty drab. Exactly. Anyway, good talk, cleric. Always a pleasure. The undead gentleman is politely asking you to leave his company. If you need me, I'll be here. You will not. Everything you have learned from this mad demi-lich has already been extracted. Is it really okay for an undead creature like this to just hang out in the sun? A zombie or a ghoul might be affected in serious ways, but a demi-lich is no vampire. They have no hypersensitivity to the sun or regular light. Clearly, old Bondiful here doesn't even have any regular sensitivity. This guy was a pretty cool character. I liked him. Okay, so now we're gonna deal with Viskin and his cronies. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to fight these guys. I'm also noticing there's a sign behind here. Has that always been there? It's like very hard to. Viskin's Lich. It says Viskin's Lich House, but then the and dentistry is scratched out. Let's save. Let's talk with these guys here. You approach the crocodile man, a deep growl coming straight from his stomach. Oh, I need to prep my voice here because I need to say Kraid. The sound causes you to shiver. You know he is hungry. Kraid does not often visit city during day. Not so many good targets. A few, he says. He nods. A few. Kraid hungers. You're not going to attack anyone, are you? Kraid considers it. The monster shrugs. For now, the hunt has sadly ceased. This election is not Kraid's time to shine. So you're just hanging about? Viskin asked. In case of trouble, he asked Kraid to yes, hang about. Kraid hopes there is trouble. His mouth drools. I've been meaning to ask, what's in those slog dogs anyway? The crocodile man stares at you for a moment. Then he shrugs. Depends. Kraid is master chef. Kraid makes slog dog out of everything. Yeah, so if I'm like allergic to something, you can't really guarantee my safety. If cleric is, as you say, allergic, then cleric does not have constitution for life anyway. Okay, if you're a master chef, you should be taking care of make sure you don't poison your people or cause them health problems. Might as well die. I disagree. Cleric does as cleric do. He shrugs with a grin. Okay. Alright. Let's talk to Viskin. Hello, cleric. Hey, are you voting? I've already done so, yes. I'm an early bird. Do liches need to sleep? No, cleric. I was being facetious. Facetious? Look at him for a few seconds and then say, what? As I said, I was being facetious. That's not what you said. That's not what he said. Meek agrees, just in case Master wonder. I might have mispronounced that, cleric. It's a little funny, you must admit. Snell holds his sides, laughing loudly. Then he suddenly stops and takes a step back. Please don't kill me, or the cleric. Viskin stands there, not moving a single muscle in his stale, pale face. I will consider it. He then squints his eyes in the sun. I will schedule a meeting with you, cleric, about your trip to the beyond. That information will be highly valuable. Tell him. The knowledge and perspective he can provide will be worth it. How did you... The esoteric event you caused was quite obvious. I am quite impressed you managed to use the Sphinx's key. Not something I expected to work out. Interesting nonetheless. I met Earth. He observes you. Repeat that. Earth and Lord Gorm. It's a whole thing. He stares at you blankly. He then looks to Snell. The goblin shrugs. Come by the Lich House tomorrow. I must know more. I must also thank you for completing this quest of yours. How do you know I completed the quest? You escaped from the beyond alive, cleric. But that implies one simple thing. You dealt with whoever was on the other side. He slowly raises his hand before him, forming it into a thumbs up. Well done, cleric. You have been an exemplary government employee. I will see you soon. Ominous. The kobold stands in a corner watching over the area like with the eyes of a hawk. Cleric, go. I do not want to talk, not to you. That's rude. Why are you so rude? You are rude. Have you ever looked in mirror? Rude face on cleric. Excuse me. You can't see my face, I have a helm on. No. I know you are ugly under metal. Very ugly. What up? The kobold growls at you. Cute. Okay, that was a fast interaction. And then the duck over here. Soldier. The Dark Knight greets you with a word. His voice emanating ominously and quite esoterically from his armor. He does not say anything. You cannot get him to speak. But you know all too well, there is something here you are missing. Okay, I have lots of advantage. 30, 32, geez, okay. Wait, what? By the gods. Look at his armor, his axe, the way he speaks. He's a paladin. One wrought in rage and darkness. Resurrected by Viskin. Yes, a shade of an old icon. And you know which. Who is this? Cause it's... Yes? Yes. Borgo Darrow. The grandfather? Or the, I guess, far, far ancestor of Lord Darrow? Okay. The one and only. His corpse must have been stolen by the foul, pale man. You're Borgo Darrow. No response. You're the first paladin of Earth. He says nothing for a while. He has not heard that name in a very long time. Darkness, soldier. Decades of service, all to darkness. He shifts his armor in an unnatural creak reaching your ears. The coast aligns itself to the tune of weak fools, sticks bundled into kindling, waiting for a spark. I serve Viskin. I served Earth. A man needs to serve. Tomorrow I might serve another, or I return to the darkness. He leans in, his voice going rough and low. I am a shade soldier. I exist to serve and vanquish. You serve Viskin. The necromancer animated me. I'm a shade of his making. This is quite elaborate. This is a big reveal. What do you remember of Earth? He was a man. He brought great things to the lives of men. I served him well. You fought during the conquest. You killed trolls. Foul beasts. They were good combatants. I'm going to try this one. I don't understand. That's not my problem, soldier. What do you think about Earth folk today? He probably thinks them weak, I think. Yep. They are weak. Their choices will haunt them. I care not to watch. What do you think about your descendants? Magistrate Darrow is your, what, great-grandson? I care not for their trifling. They are a clan of spoiled weaklings. An embarrassment on my old flesh. Gods. That's a condemnation if you ever heard one. You would like your great-great-granddaughter, though. She's an evil warlock assassin. What? Yeah, she tried to kill me multiple times, with dark magic and everything. Multiple times? She failed at killing you. They really are related, aren't they? Like father, like descendant. I'm not that easy to kill. What an embarrassment. Damn. That poor girl. No wonder she turned to the dark side. Her entire lineage is all judgment and no nurture. Wow. Yikes. Now we can say we talked with Earth. I don't know what his reaction would be. I actually spoke with Earth just a while ago. He snaps his head in your direction. Oh shit. Your stomach stirs. Speak, soldier. I met him in the beyond. He's dead, but his spirit remains. Earth is... Tell me. What does he speak of? Let's see, the first one he knows Norvik faces enemies on all sides. And still he wants us to face the risk of democracy. He calls himself a hypocrite who chose genocide to avoid risk. He asked me if a man should look after his own tribe above all others. I'm feeling that he would this guy would probably say that the genocide was worth it, so I don't know if I want to go down that path. He knows Norvik faces enemies on all sides, freestriders, corrupt magistrates, foreign threats, and still he wants us to face the risk of democracy. Then he is a bigger fool than I imagined. Oh, he doesn't like Earth. The Dark Knight grinds his gauntlets together. When I learned he faded, I did not mourn, for he led this city into ruin. Earth was a fool. Earth was meek. Oh, is Meek gonna chime in here? That is why he failed. Meek? Nope, sorry, not Meek. Yep, I knew it. Heretical language from a shade of a man. Borgodero has fallen to despair, and this is all that is left of him. Leave him in his wallowing. It was his meekness that saved us, time after time. He is silent for a bit. Ominous. Leave me, soldier. The time will soon come. His voice turns into a whisper, a wind upon the wind. The reckoning at last. It's ominous. I kind of feel like this goblin dude is trying to eliminate all humans, while at the same time, I think there's people who are still stuck with the old ideas of Earth. And probably they might try to do something crazy like kick all the foreigners out or the non-humans. It's not good. Okay, this guy, a very happy dwarf. I'd love to get a griffin one day. Also, apparently there's something right here. What is this? A sneaky apple. How do you get there? Oh. Okay, we got an apple. Some of the snails are here. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna go around in a circle here. Let's check out... there's some people up here. Lady Shamar, the coast. Of course, it is not you she hates herself, the human part of herself, the part which places her below her glorious golden celestial masters. If she could sever that humanity, she would do so in an instant, all for a slim chance to hear the choir. Oh, she wants to become a part of the Golden Horde. Okay. Cleric. The hooded woman stands in the corner of the city, her faded eyes following your movements closely. I'm here on but a quick task, to deliver a message to you. Go ahead. She sneers, placing her hands behind her back. Then her eyes grow light. Her voice goes deep. Maybe it's a message from the ambassador? Any life in her face fades into a neutral, calm, emotionless existence. Then she speaks, almost sings, unnatural words. Ragan Hamlin. Our speaking was a momentous meeting. Despite my previous experience, it appears humans do not all carry forms of crudeness. We hope to find exceptional people within the Freestrider community, and you fit that description aptly. We will be in touch if you ever wish to serve a greater cause in the West. Hugs and kisses. What? The light in her eyes fades and she scowls at you. Hugs and kisses. The ambassador enjoys that phrase. He does not mean it in a needlessly friendly manner. Helhem hugs and kisses back at him. She bows her head. The ambassador will know you received the message. But on a personal note, I suggest staying away from the service cleric. You do not deserve to see the light of the choir. After making her rude comment, the Western woman walks away in decisive steps. Wow. Okay. What do we got here? We got, the hag and Rick Spider.
Hey.
You see Rick standing outside the tavern, the stone table before her covered in papers. Oh, why if it isn't the cleric? Hello, Rix. She stretches a bit with a sigh. My goodness, such a lovely day, and here I am, busy as can be. You need help with anything? Or maybe you want to share how your little quest went about, Got any plans for after the election, Rick Spider? Oh, nothing I can talk about too concretely. Not yet anyhow. I've got a few expansions planned. Currently the third place business is covered in housing in the palace, but the north wall is quite ripe at the moment. So I'm thinking of taking on something new there. I've got a few potential locations scouted out. North wall? I live there. How lovely. Don't tell anyone you heard it from me, but there are plans for a new living complex on the upper dungeon floors. That means there'll be lots of foot traffic. That means a lot of thirsty people. Anyhow, it's all just ideas and concept for now. Depends on who wins the election too. Hopefully the Free Striders. That should make my plans easier. What about you, Lisa? Any plans for the future? Oh, we're talking with her as well. I've only started to think about it, but Rick Spider gives her a fiendish grin. It's quite the idea. The hag cackles. A nervous cackle. There's no mega coven in Norvik. That will change with the election. Potion brewing focused on Iskani resources, that would be big business. There are many hags attempting to form something, lots of intrigue going on behind the scenes. Now I believe our dear Lisa here would be an excellent CEO. She's terribly skilled, she's got Free Strider contacts, her CV is about twice as long as my life story. I'd have to actually join a coven to do that. Rick Spider blows out air and waves her comment off. Just make one. Going the communal socialist route of sharing and caring will only result in infights and power struggles. We can totally get you some funding. The haglets will come dropping in like vultures afterwards. You'll have a mega coven in no time. Always the optimist. Fake it until you make it. I mean, I don't have personal issues with these characters, but definitely not people I would hang out with because, Free Striders. I'll do this to offend them. A potential mega coven should be run communally, not commercially. See? The cleric is a traditionalist. Oh, actually, okay, I see. Lisa's... I see what's happening here. Rick Spider's trying to convince Lisa to get into business. Make it a for-profit mega coven. And Lisa's like, that's not how it's usually run. Rick Spider smiles. If you can find 16 hags with a unified purpose and ideology, able to get along without petty backstabbing, then I'd say go for it. Hell, as if you find any group of women able to do that, I'd fund their startup in a heartbeat. Not this again. I swear, the only thing holding women back are women themselves. If we didn't fight each other so much, we'd already be living in a matriarchy. Anyhow, I'll stop ranting now. Lisa's already heard this so many times. I have. She has. I've heard it too. He has. So you're okay leaving your hiding place, Lisa? Yes. The omen appeared to fade once you left us, cleric. Whatever you did, you removed the stink of blood and guts upon the strings. Lucky that. I'd have to see anything bad happen to Norvik's most prominent freelance hag. So nice of you to say that, Rix. I know. I'm a doll. Smooth talker. Have you voted? She lets out a dramatic, exasperated breath. Hell's bells, I'd completely forgotten about it. Voting was the last thing I've thought about today. She's got her eyes on the prize. The prize being economic prosperity. But yes, I should go and toss in my card. The hag, however, raises her hand and says, I voted at dawn when they opened. For the agriculturalists, of course. I like their manifesto. They're a bit too small business-minded for my preference, but not bad. I can't remember the agriculturist. I think it sounds like they're more for small business farmers, obviously. I don't know if they're maybe a sort of aligned. I think they were also kind of aligned with the nationalists a little bit. They're definitely very traditional. So yeah, like that vote kind of makes sense. I'm gonna head inside. Oh no, you can't. We're closed. Don't worry, I have a key. The fiend thinks for a second, then snaps her fingers. Right, Olzis. Just don't go losing that key. Olzis is allowed to hand them out according to our contract, but I'm the one who has to pay to replace the locks. So don't go dying in some cave somewhere. It cost me a fortune. Is money all you care about? Yes? Based. She sighs. Just forget I said anything. Yeah, she's just a money grubber. So it does sound like we can go into the tavern, because we do. Because again, it makes sense. The Sphinx can't come out. So I guess you could have... I guess it... So like, Everglad was way down there. He can't move, but I guess they did the pipe thing. I guess there's no way for this. I guess the Sphinx. There's no way for the Sphinx to talk to us unless we go down there. So let me save one more time. And again, most of these talks have been just sort of perfunctory, like, you know, saying our final goodbyes. But we have seen a couple of checks here and there. So that's why I'm kind of saving frequently. Here we go. The only thing to interact with is the Sphinx. Let's say hi. Big party outside? You sad about being stuck inside? Oh, not at all, she purrs out, lifting her wine barrel. She takes a swig of wine. I have a good feeling about this one. This ongoing change, it feels different. Might just be my superstition, or perhaps all these people I share my lair with these days. But I like this era. It's interesting. The Sphinx puts down her barrel. Or maybe it's the wine talking, she says with a mysterious smile. I agree, it's a good feeling era. You've only lived for 30-something years, human. Wait until you've lived through 3 eras. Then you can comment. I'm 27, actually. Oh, interesting. She sips on the wine. As old as the era, huh? How prophetic. Doesn't mean anything. Of course it doesn't. Anyway, how did your little plains walk go? Been great. Good to hear. I figured that emerald would work wonders. Been a while since I handed out a key like that. Anyhow, how did it go? I met Earth. You did? How is that? How's the old badger? He's good. Dead, but good. Good to hear. Sad, but good. I'm just happy you survived. Going out beyond isn't exactly the safest hobby. She finishes her barrel of wine and lets out a sigh. What a lovely day. I think I'll have another. I'm in a very good mood today. She's so drunk, she's doing the opposite of speaking in riddles. Did Iskarum come by to see you? The snail. Oh, yes. Haven't seen one of those in eras, literally. Came by here? He did. We had a lovely little chat. So you didn't know him from back in the day? Oh, goodness no. Do you realize how many of them there were? She laughs. It sounded like he wished very much to revisit me in the future. I'm looking forward to it. You sure you're not voting? I'm fine. Truly. You're not lonely down here? Oh, my sweet cleric. This place will be packed tonight. I'm just enjoying the silence while it lasts. It's pretty fair. See you around. Okay. Well, that Sphinx is cool. Like, initially, I think we got off on the wrong foot, but in the end, they did help us get into the pillar. Okay. There's this landlord NPC, which I suppose we could talk to. He didn't seem very important to the story, though. The merman landlord is fishing in the river, as per usual. He acknowledges your presence with a grunt. Still work? I'll grunt back. He grunts again. Grunt and leave. Oh. I don't think I can repeat that. Nope, we're just grunting. Ugh. Cool. Oh, this guy. Oh boy. Alright. There's Agent Vera. Let's check the end of the pier. Oh, I can't. Can I not go to the end of the pier? Oh, it's very conveniently blocked. Let me see. I still sneaky little game devs trying to constrain where I can walk. Let me see what you're doing. Hey, Tak Hilk. Oh, oh, it sounds like her tongues might have run out. Utsaj irsen baina u, chini tukha yamar neg kovjiv sosonshu. En bid ik zavgui baina karaj baigashik. Primordial. She's speaking in tongues. Oops. You're not having a stroke, don't worry. I don't think you understand me right now, do you? She taps her hands together with a sigh. Wait a few seconds. Yes, now? Yeah? Great. Sorry, tongues must have ran out. Great to see you again. My big spender of a customer. Thanks to you, my supply is entirely dry now. The last wares went to some election enjoyers here. How much did you spend? You're welcome. I am. I think I did buy pretty much all the actually, basically everything except the things that restore your spell slots. I did kind of clean her out there. She bows her head to the ground. Thank you very much for your patronage, my dear warrior. Oh. Do you know what a deck of many things is? Of course, a classic. Lots of those mythical tales floating around from around the Fate era, I think. They're all lost to me now. They say... they're all lost to me now, they say, but I've heard rumors of one or two hidden in some private collection. I just used one just a while ago. Really? And you lived? It was a pretty esoteric experience, I'll admit. I find that highly impressive, warrior. I will make sure to find you later, to force you to indulge this tale of yours. That I promise. Again, I need to look up if the deck was actually random. Like random. Because we got balance and then we got the 50,000 crowns. Pretty good on overall. Alright, let's talk to Lord Meriadoc. Or Prince Meriadoc, I should say. The fancily dressed freestrider strikes a pose as you approach him. He takes a deep whiff of the air and exclaims, "By golly, what a beautiful day for an election." It sure is. He gives you a thumbs up with a goofy grin on his face. He lifts his chin. I've been present at over a dozen first elections across the coast in my lifetime. I've seen the populace embrace the free strider ideal. Free trade, democracy, prosperity, liberty for all. How does Norvik compare? Oh, it's quite the unique beast, I'll tell you. Free striderism is built on such a core concept of freedom that it overcomes cultural barriers with ease, you see. But here in Norvik, it's even grander than usual. It's like a powder keg just waiting to pop off into a wonderful cacophony of prosperity. Maybe powder keg is a poor choice of simile, but still. Yeah, it is. He looks up towards the pillar and sighs. Okay, anyway, did you ever catch that smoking invisible man I mentioned? I'll tell him. Lord Gorham, yeah, I found him in the beyond. Wait, isn't that... Yes, Lord Gorham, the paladin of Norvik. He was the one behind the explosion? Snell leans against the wall and gives you a jaded look. Oh boy. They ever do voice acting for all this? I'm gonna feel sorry for the person who has to read these large paragraphs. But I'm gonna give it a go. Actually, let me drink some water. It's probably a good idea. Okay. Well, not really. He was trying to blow up the election, actually, with a necklace of fireballs he got from the Ilum, but it went off prematurely in the tea shop that day. Oh, he was doing it to resurrect Earth, which maybe could have worked, but anyway, I also met Earth, who is sort of dead in the beyond, but we had a chat. It was really informative and quite a spiritual experience if I'm being honest. I still haven't really processed the whole thing yet. The Free Strider stares at you with a slacked jaw. Oh. Should we tell him about the coup? I hung it. Let's tell him everything. Why not? There was also a coup against the city by the Free Striders. You should look into that. Excuse me? Both Earth and Lord Gorham proved it to me, that some magistrates of Norvik are actively selling out the city to the Free Striders. This includes casting Feeble Mind on the Lord Patriarch some years ago and keeping it under wraps. So maybe you're already aware of all this, being a trade prince and all. Are we accusing him? Mary looks at you, then over to the pillar again. Look, the Free Cities have a lot of deals, some of them quite shady, and we actively fight against corruption of this kind. It would be complete hells if this got out in the public. I'll absolutely look into this. Okay, so it sounds like he didn't know. I'll believe him there. If there is foul play going on, I'll be sure to handle it behind the scenes. You should put it out in the open. That's not quite how we handle things, cleric. Thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. So they're all for freedom and democracy, but they're but not for transparency. Not for openness. You can't really have those things. You can't really have true freedom and democracy if you don't have openness and transparency, so... Well, whatever. We've made our decision. You're not going to write about this in your books, are you? I don't think anyone would believe me if I did. Might be good for fiction, though. Too bad. He nods. Very glad you survived the beyond, at least. Wouldn't be too happy knowing I'd accidentally sent a cleric to his death. He lets out an awkward laugh. I'm happy you survived the troll as well. Oh, well, that's all on you. He gives you a wide smile. I'll be sticking around for a few more days, so we should speak more when there's time. But first, you should place your vote, good fellow. All right, I need to do that. Yes, you do. For liberty, he exclaims and lets out a bellowing laugh. But seriously, we should talk more later. I'll find you. He winks. Okay. Okay, I can see Rollo's over there. these guys seem very excited about this giant. I don't think I've ever met this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Cleric. Isn't it a lovely day for an election? You sound happy. How could I not? I like how the music changed to the Freestrider building. Years of effort, all for this. The revolution aims at the liberty of all folk around the coast. And if recent polls are to be believed, it appears we've succeeded in that goal for Norvik. The Freestriders won't win, though. Winning? Perhaps not. From what I hear, Freestriders will most likely form a coalition with the Nationalists, bonded through compromise and prosperity for all. Oh no, we need to... Did she know about the conspiracy? It's possible. It's beautiful to see. A coalition without the Asgalists. Of course. Not that it wasn't on the table. Turns out the Dwarves are difficult to work with and despise orderly compromise. Who would have guessed? What about the Party of Magic? Old Man Praxis party. I don't think they got over the minimum last poll. It was around 2-3% though, so who knows? I'm still guessing he used some charms to get those votes, she says with a glint in her eye. Minimum is 5. Prax is a washed up fool either way. If you took over, it would have gone differently. It'll be interesting to see. It sure will. She takes a deep breath. I must say I was quite surprised by how you handled that surprise meeting with the master. Good surprised or bad surprised? Oh, good, for sure. We've been having trouble dealing with their insane demands for months leading up to the election. Obviously, we don't have much skin in the game when it comes to halflings here, but if we were to start fully supporting deportations and blockades, there would be an insane backlash in raids. And just as you said to the ambassador, there would be massive backlash to the Horde as well. I just wanted to help you out. Looked like a shitty situation. Well, thank you. It sure was. I can tell you the ambassador already sent over a lessened list of demands for the AEFAs. It's not amazing, but something we can at least work on. You should stop working with them. They are alien invaders who would crush free striderism if they had the chance. The orc nods at your statement, then looks up at the sky as a giant seagull swoops by. That is not 100% true, nor is it false. There are factions within the Horde more receptive to liberty, even democracy. Oh. As you saw with the ambassadors, Celestials are not monolithic. We hold out hope of a free divinitorum within due time. Interesting. But yes, of course, the current choir would happily consume Ascani and Reeds alike. They are brutal imperialists and conquerors. But for now, we will keep working with them. But of course, I promise the revolution is well aware of the Golden Horde's nature. And thank you for your concern. What a smooth talker. She is correct. Working with your enemy, trying to convert them from within, is a valid tactic. Of course, with Region bureaucracy, such a plan could very easily blow up in their faces as well. I'll see you on that date of ours in a few days, she says, changing the subject. Oh, I forgot about the date. I'm thinking a nice dinner at the Flip. I'll let you know the details. The date. Wait, she can't. You have to. You're the man. You plan dates. She would like it if you took some control here. I'm the man. I should organize the date. Oh, will you now? She crosses her arms. Sure. Yes, I will. She stares at you for a few seconds before letting out a chuckle. Fine. Where should we go? It's a surprise. Oh, how mysterious. She laughs. Looking forward to it. He has no idea. He has no clue where to take her. Now I've got a lot of things to get to. It's a big day. She grins, her tusks gleaming in the sunlight. Have a lovely election day. I kind of wish I wish the game recognized that, because we did actually flirt with the angel first, Etir. But for some reason the game didn't acknowledge in the quest log that we did that. So instead I went with Vera, I guess. I don't know if that was like a bug in the game or something. Alright, let's go talk with our friend, quote unquote. Oh, and also the paper boys here too.
Huh.
You find the blonde kid standing with another. It's just another kid. Another much smaller blonde kid.
Huh?
Oh, it is the kiosk kid. Okay. Hey, look. It's the cleric. Oh, cleric. The blonde kid crosses his arms and gives you the type of look you'd give a slightly too ripe apple, throwing it in the bin. We're allowed to be out on the street, right? Yes, for now. Great. The younger boy looks at his... Oh, it's his brother? Oh, okay. I see the resemblance. The younger boy looks at his brother, then to you, then back to his brother, then back to you. What did I miss? Nothing. Arn looks confused and his brother relents. What do you want? Any news, kid? Some fights last night at the flip. Most papers just focus on their election issues today, though, just like the rest of the city. Looks like the nationalists will win, if you believe the closing polls. And beyond that, the kid picks up a paper from behind him and shows you a picture of one of the last pages. There's a new party in the race. What? It's the Post. Not often they entertain tiny offshoots like this. The Adventurers Party. What? The picture shows a group of armored dungeon delvers standing around a tall human with a well-placed neck tattoo, an amazing haircut, and a friendly grin on his face. Who is this? A handsome fellow, the type they love to plaster across as many issues as possible. You seem like just a Free Strider branch party, Rollo says as he too looks at the picture. Like hypermarket liberals, the type that want the entire economy to be built around finding loot in dungeons. Awesome. I like the whole adventuring thing. It's kind of like what my PNG tuber is based on, honestly. My character. But I don't like I'm kind of feeling this hypermarket. It feels like libertarianism, and I'm talking about the bad kind of libertarianism. The one that's like no regulations, the market does everything sort of thing. That sounds dangerous. Snell laughs after taking a glance across the article as well. What kind of ass-kicking article is this? Did he charm the entire Post faculty? Volto. That's my working theory, yes. Either way, the blonde kid gives you a stern look. I hope you're having a great election day, cleric. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on. Really fun. The boys return to their huddle. Don't get into trouble, boys. Okay. Was that? And then this goes back down here. We've already dealt with that. So we're back at the pillar now. The rest of this is now on this side of the pillar. Who's this? Oh, Darrow's down here. And his daughter's right there. So this is the way to vote. we'll come back. Yeah, the voting places. Oh, you stop.
Huh?
Hmm? Another ominous feeling. Not another assassin, right? No, it is a familiar feeling. Once more, it is... Oh, it's the patriarch. Is his patriarch. Oh, hold on. Let me drink some more fluid before I yell this. Hello, Rang. Motherfucker. Patriarch Ixcraft. I am sending you because I saw you appear in my divination orb, also known as a crystal ball. Your skull rattles hard. You popped out of existence for a while. I figured you got swallowed by the same esoteric event that caused the tea shop. Well done making it back. Proud of you. The message cuts off. Now you may reply if you believe that to be in any way a worthwhile activity. I'm gonna read through these. I could drop the earth bomb on him. That might be kind of fun. I've met with our god patriarch. He is watching us all. I have much to tell you if you wish to listen. That sounds rather spiritual, Rang. You get another message from him. I would love to hear all about it. I'll book you in for a spot tomorrow. See you then. The sending spell once again cuts out. Yes, patriarch. Message from the towers? How'd you guess? I must be psychic. Like that ant in your pocket. Or did you let it go? I don't recall. Anyway, let's keep going, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's save here before we continue. Yeah, how many saves do I have? There's no, like, number here, is there? It is a lot. Must be hundreds, perhaps. Okay, so the voting place is here, but we're not gonna do this quite yet. We'll talk to Lord Darrow at the end. Election day queue starts here. Let's take a look around. Oh, there's a snail. There's the imp. There's a tear. Let me just look around. Oh, this is blocked off. How nice. Servants. You hear them talking about how much of a dick Darrow is. Interesting. What is that guy doing? He's just doing a funny dance. Okay. So, yeah, it seems like we can't go up here, I think. Oh, and also the scholars here. Oh, they're probably having a long chat or something. Let's talk with this guy. Cleric. He sniffs a few times and gives a half-enthusiastic wave. Beside him you see Isk, who has clearly been asking a ton of questions to the halfling scholar. Have you managed to get anything out of that forward yet, or the ghost chat? I've only begun to dive into its meaning. We have this new wacky categorization that I can't wrap my mind around. It does not appear to be directly linked with any of the other mental mapping tools we developed before or after his death. My reading is it almost like a bullshit divination, you know? Not even the esoteric kind, the scammy kind. Like an ancient theory of elements or the humors. Which one of the six are you? Are you body? Are you intellect? Step right up. Not a huge fan. Though I might just be a bit biased considering his obvious anti-halfling rhetoric. Ho ho. Yeah, that Cividix fellow was clearly off by a mile. He didn't even do his own work. I do agree, even if it's a bit disappointing to say so. And then there is that halfling servant of his, Mundus Gay. I believe there might be more to all of this than meets the eye. I'll make sure to put a call out for any information on this man at all the major universities on the coast. In time, truth will be unveiled, and so on. Again, if they do a sequel, this might come up again. That'll be pretty cool to see. I'm going to ask about alignment again. Can I ask you something about alignment? Oh, we're going to talk about Lord Gorm here. Of course, when would I ever shut up about it? If a man were to murder innocents in order to cast a spell that resurrects a really good god, debatable, that would help hundreds more than he ever killed, would that be good or evil? Again, knowing what we know about alignment, it's all on intent. Lord Gorm thought he was doing good. I think it's good. Okay, you set up this hypothetical for me, but I think your thesis needs to be rethought. The good or evil in that action would be solely dependent on his intent, right? If the man hates himself for doing this, thinking, oh no, oh how terrible I am for doing this to innocent people, and he is doing all this killing while in a sense sacrificing his own spirit in the process, then it would be considered more good. If he did it for his own gain, then it would be evil. If he destroys himself in the process? Depends on his inner workings, but if he truly believes the world to be 100 times better after his killing spree, his alignment would be good. But this is where you need to rethink it. Because what is this? This intention could be entirely delusional. It could be based on all kinds of craziness. We do know that Lord Gorm it did seem like he didn't know what he was doing. He sniffs. In practice, outcome is all that matters. In the long run, too. Don't think of it as good or evil. Think instead of what kind of world you wish to live in. A world where life is a consumable of great men? Kind of shitty, doesn't it? So am I a bad person for thinking bad things? He lets out a snorting laugh. If so, then every pubescent kid would have their name carved on a wall at the bottom of the 9th hell. The halfling shakes his head. Though if you're asking a pervert like me about morality, you're bound to get shitty advice. Good. Then I won't worry. Good. Live life. Follow your stomach, as a hedonist say. I can just tell him, you're a pervert? In a purely ideological sense, of course. As well as all the fun ways too, he adds, grinning. I'm not surprised. This guy's a lot of surprises to me. Wait at Braxo behind you. So what's your thought on devils? Careful, you know I bite, you hear him call out. Oh-ho. As anyone who studies alignment knows, intent matters, but not so often in practice. I prefer the devil I know from the evil aligned human I'm forced to deal with. There's something liberating about knowing fully what kind of selfish piece of shit your buddy will be, you know? No surprises. Unlike celestials, you mean? Oh, yes. Very much so. Oh-ho. So you've met Isgurum? I have. Heard you had a hand in letting him out of that stasis. Extremely fucking interesting. Thank you for the kind description, my good halfling. You are fucking interesting as well. Oh, we got him to start swearing. Oh no. Awesome. My two favorite local wise men meeting up. As well as your favorite devil? Oh, I didn't get to talk to you so much, Braxo, though. You hear Braxo call out from the other side of the tea shop ceiling. Potentially. I'll take it. His cackle echoes up the city slope. Then he returns to his newspaper. What are you guys talking about? Appledent here is catching me up on your civilization's current level of research. It is fascinating to hear about the various branches you have gone in. In some ways, you are not that far away from our level, though you have gone in wildly different directions when it comes to examining sentience. I'm writing all of this down, just so you know. And I'll gladly get as much research content from you as possible, if you have anything with you mentally or physically. Yes, that can be gladly arranged once I get my laboratory in order. Yeah, birds of a feather. Idiom. Yeah. Hit him back? Hit Snell back with a different... Peas in a pod. The goblin gives you a look. He's ready. Two sides of the same we're in a idiom battle. Oh boy. Great minds think alike. Marching to the same drum. Like as thieves. His expression now says, "You know that one? Damn. Pots. From the same clay. Cut. His eyes widen. The same. Cloth." He raises his hands. "You win. Thank you, thank you." That was fun. Sneer and Esk appear to have stopped paying any attention to you and have returned to debating something esoteric. Oh, okay, they're not. They're not. Okay. I'll leave them to it. I decided not to scold him to... if the snail wants to swear, they can certainly do that. That's totally fine. Mr. Imp. Here we are. Election day at last. The little devil shows you a fiendish grin. Ready to vote? You ready to vote, cleric? Oh, you know it. Figured. He glances at the windows. There's still time, though. No need to rush it. So many interesting people coming out here today. Plus, I'm sure you've got a ton of stuff to catch up on. Heard you were MIA for some time there. The devil chuckles. Yeah, I went into the beyond. Oh. Yeah. As in actual planeswalking. More or less, yeah. Just for a bit. Yeah. Hope you didn't bring back anything nasty like a virus or a curse. Probably not. He laughs. I'm kidding. Planar travel isn't exactly common these days, but the Arcanists used to do it all the time. So I'm sure it's fine. Because the Arcanists never did anything reckless, right? You're fine. Beyond has many terrible dangers, but you avoided most of them. Now me? I'm getting brushed up on some stuff myself. These post-election months will be big business for me. But you don't know the outcome? I mean, sure, but the polling should be pretty precise. My professional estimation is this. The Nationalists will enter into a union with the Tree Striders, and then the city will face a massive amount of paperwork. We're talking rewritings of base laws, designing new company structures, trade agreements, citizenship documents. Rubs his little claws together. Stereotype. It's good business. So much work. I love it. You'll profit from the chaos. Sure. I mean, yeah. Not like this wasn't expected. It's a long time coming. I've obviously got a tight deal with Darrow, so wherever he goes, I tend to follow. What is your deal? Just an informal thing. He helps me, I help him. Started a while back, while he was getting started. I'm pretty good at finding loopholes, and he's the kind of guy who loves to stick a finger in them. Ew. Loopholes? You know. Legal technicalities, the helpful kind. So he's Darrow's lawyer, pretty much. Okay. The devil is lawful evil. Who would have thought? It's an interesting question. What's the legal status of a god who dies but exists in a fugue state between worlds? He stares at you for a few seconds. I have no idea. I mean, it's probably just a gray zone connected with general ghost business. Ghosts, ghasts, shades, spirits, will-o-wisps, and other spectral undead are obviously treated slightly differently from reanimated corpses, but in general it's all the same. They're illegal. Even a dead god would have Would have to get exercise in that case. But I imagine if Earth spooked up the place, you'd get a slightly different reaction. Weird question, though. Why'd you ask? I met Earth. Sure you did. No, really, he's stuck in the beyond. Fine. I'll believe you, in a theoretical sense. He turned around fast. But I'd suggest not telling too many people. They'd either think you crazy or trying to cause trouble on election day. Both, actually. He laughs. Hope you have a lovely election day. You too, cleric. Think carefully and then vote. You can make all the difference in the world. His eyes gleam with sarcasm. Or just our little evil guy. I do kind of regret not talking with him more. It might have been pretty interesting. Okay. I'm gonna save before I talk to a tier. Yeah, how long have we've been streaming for 2 hours. We're almost done here, I think. I don't think there's any more people to talk to. As you approach the angel, she turns to face you in the air, her glorious radiant aura enveloping your soul. Snell gives her a nod. I'll be over there if you need me. Then he scurries away. A tear turns her face, facing your general direction. Crowds are filling the streets. Voices cast for the future. Among all mortal behavior, it is this I treasure the most. Your incessant need to be heard. Her many eyes spin slowly around her head. Deep in thought. You okay? She lowers her altitude, descending a bit closer to you. No, cleric. In mind and spirit, I am shaken. Her halo slowly comes to a stop. Do you think you should listen to Earth? Yes and no. I will take his words as what they are, a suggestion. In the coming days, I must spend time on meditation, I should say. What my future brings will be my own choice. But if it matters, thank you. I appreciate your input on this matter, cleric. Input? That's something you can work with. Oh, are we still trying to flirt with her? Or just hit her with with a classic. A danger. We're failing hard here. You must beware. Meek sends... Oh, Meek is here. Meek is ruining the mood. Meek sends strange feeling. Is heart danger, yes? Meek not understand, but master, be careful. I have something I'd like your input on as well. Yes, I understand. You wish to discuss copulation. Going straight to that, huh? Wow. Very direct. You wish to discuss copulation. Copulation. Take 7 damage. Your heart skips a beat. What? No, Atir. Gentle flirting does not equal intercourse. She's going for it. An interesting turn of events. Oh no. Oh no. You can't do this. Your heart is literally exploding. Yes. For now, only one thing can be attempted. Survival. I made her laugh. I asked her if she's okay. There's probably other times that probably would lower the DC here. 31, 33. Oh yeah, I forgot about the plus 10. Also, we're kind of being a bit... Again, because of a bug... Will this still count? Because we already established a date with Vera. Is this gonna bite us in the end? Bite us in the ass later? Because we're trying to play both sides here. It's not... I didn't mean to do it, but... The pain, the fear. You. Yes. I can handle this conversation. Yes. It's here. Yes, cleric. Let me take you out on a date. Her eyes begin to spin faster. On this day, I've chosen to act human. Perhaps that may continue in the coming weeks as well. You can be human or angel, or anything you want. The angel stares at you with many, many spitting eyes. We shall meet for some time after this. Did I just get 2 dates? Uh-oh. We're just hanging out. We're just gonna be friends. Yep. For a date, as you put it. All right. Yeah. All right. It is done. The lady. Strength. The lady has been wooed. Once this is over, that is. The angel floats gently before you, a faint smile appearing on her porcelain face. She is opening up to you. It's a wonderful feeling. The angel lowers herself all the way to the ground, her armored boots hitting the ground with a thud. Now, the sun is setting. I mean, in a while. Metaphorically. Literally. You have finished your job. I am considering my path. What will be yours? What do you mean? What will you do once this city changes? Once the election reshapes its foundation? Oh gods, I haven't thought about that. Her halo floats closely to your helmet. She gives you time to think. You got options. I'm gonna stick with the Asgilisk way, because again, this is all... I'm going to help people no matter how. You are a good man, cleric. I like that. I will watch your path with interest. And I'll watch yours. Her many eyes observe you in silence as the roaring city around seems to fade away. You've been unsure which gaze to meet all this time, those alien eyeballs rotating around, detached from her porcelain skin. But for the first time, you feel certain. You see all of her, all at once. Snell takes a few careful steps up to you. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, but not at all, Snell. We are finished here. Good job to you as well, Snell. You have performed a great service. I do not speak on behalf of the city, but I'm certain everyone in Norvik is grateful to you. He lets out an awkward chuckle. Something about compliments from a little angel just makes you feel giddy. Sure, thanks. One more thing, Atir. What are you voting for? Her telepathic voice is silent for a bit. I do not know. Not second, eh? Yes. She holds out a hand in front of her face. I have decided to be a bit more human. For this day only. Her many eyes look to the sky. We will see what fate brings. Good. Non-mortals should aspire towards our fleeting glory, to burn all the more brightly before the end. Chaos. How interesting. Won't you look at that? Maybe she'll even go yellow. Her heart is gleaming and good. Perhaps even green. Okay, so we don't know. She's undecided. Interesting. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna make sure we didn't miss anything else. I'm just gonna check this other side of the pillar here just before we continue here. Because then there is I think this pathway is blocked off. Oh, don't want to cast grease right now. Yeah, you can't. Okay, yeah, we can't go up this staircase, so there's no point in that. I think we've got everything. So let's go talk to the fascist, Coin Lord Darrow. This guy. It's not so good guy. And also, I just noticed all these conversations. We start around 10:30 in the day. It's already 3 o'clock. We've definitely taken our time here. Let's I want to know more about Darrow if we can. He will respect you only if you serve him loyalty, like a hound, or if you prove yourself competent and ruthless. He has no time for fools, but a man of his stature does not retain power if he does not recognize talent when it barks in his face. He inherited his position from his father at a young age. Nicholas has been doing this his entire life, and he's good at it. One of the best. The only problem being, if you're good at the role of a magister, you're good at a number of nefarious, illegal activities by association. And he is definitely lawful evil. You see Coin Lord Darrow speaking to a brown-haired girl in a dress. His daughter. They share phenotype. It's just an application. You know well enough how proud your mother would be if you were accepted, Freitas. I'm not going. It's not just an application, Dad. For fuck's sake, you pretty much own them. He scoffs. And when exactly did I buy this university? The girl holds out a letter, shaking it in his face. Our name is in the damn pamphlet. Look, he says, actually calmly. It's the best establishment on the coast, sweetie. You could at least visit before you... He then notices you standing there, a bit too late. Oh yes, it's her. The so-called assassin. Oh, give me a second. I had to adjust my seat there. It was getting uncomfortable. Go. All right. Gray goes wide-eyed, glancing between you and Snell. Anger? Fear? No, her eyes are screaming. Not these fucking guys again. Apologies for the swear word. Yeah. This is the first time we've seen Wisdom swear. Sweetheart, we'll continue speaking about this over dinner. Yes, she mutters. She points 2 fingers your way when her dad doesn't notice. A message appears in your mind. Shut your fucking mouth and don't say anything to Dad. After sending the message, she mutters an awkward, "Of course, Dad," before sending you one more message. Please. I think, you know what? I think I don't like this guy. So I don't think he deserves to know. No, I'll keep her secret. Is this your daughter, Magistrate Darrow? Yes, indeed. Taps her on the head. Our Freitas is quite the talent, you see, a proud inheritor of House Darrow. Sure. What's this about a university? Oh, nothing. Just the typical big choices of the youth. Magestone in New Thrazen. Magestone. One of the famous universities on the coast situated in New Thrazen. Half across the world. Something Fur needs... Okay, so this one reveals a secret, so we're not going to do that one. Good luck with your application, young lady. Thanks. We'll talk more tonight, Frey. The girl looks at her father and to you. Then she walks away, rubbing her eyes. The Coin Lord cuts in. Cleric. He wipes the dad expression from his face and crosses his arms. Good thing you did not get lost in your little planeswalking bout. You must have found proof of your rogue spellcaster hiding in the beyond, I assume. The problem is, our beloved Lady Sageleaf was told everything. He takes a step forward and glares at you. She knows all the details of the tea shop and has already begun legal proceedings. I find that highly annoying. The Coin Lord looks at Snell. I believe your lady is already well aware of that fact. Sure. I'm just gonna piss him off. You don't control me. Evidently not. He sighs and rubs his temples. No matter. It is what it is. And what it is a massive headache in the coming weeks. So thanks for that. Enjoy it. The Coin Lord adjusts his expensive robe and lifts his head, looking towards the Pillar of Jor. Now, your esoteric excursion. What did you find out there? The root cause was handled, I hope. Interesting. If for anything else, you should... Okay, so... You can don't tell him anything. Tell him about Gorm only. Tell him everything. I'll try this one first. Before anything else, you should know Viskin, the local mortician, is a lich. He probably knows already. He waves a hand in front of you as if to toss away your comment. I don't want to hear that. He has caused no trouble. We do not want any. But no buts. He is a valued guest of our city, and we do not want to get on his bad side. Now focus. Right, I get it. Good. Okay, if he's going to be dismissive like that, I'm kind of tempted to just tell him nothing more. Or I could just tell him about Lord Gorm. But he's probably in on the conspiracy between the Nationalists and the Free Striders. So... Yeah, fuck you, Darrow. I went into the Beyond and fixed your problem. You don't need to know anything more. He stares at you for a few seconds before letting out a great big sigh. Fine. I don't have time for this. If anything here comes back to bite me, I'll hold you personally responsible. Just remember that. I don't care. You know what? I'm inclined to agree. Let this esoteric bullshit be put behind us. The Coin Lord sees more people arriving from the hill, his eyes narrowing. This is the end of our talk. As you might imagine, I'm quite busy on a day like this. He starts walking away towards the crowd. Be wise, be vigilant, cleric. His words come across more as a threat than advice, to be honest. As he disappears up Tolstad, Snells lets out a groan. What an asshole. Massive, sneaky asshole. Biggest on Tolstad. Absolutely enormous. Gaping, if you will. Oh boy. And that's it. I think it's time to finally vote. Oh boy, I can't wait to vote Asgalist. This is more exciting than I expected. But again, it's just a vote, right? It's not gonna make a huge difference. How do I vote? How does this work? Do I just go up? Do I have my voting card? I don't... We lost our voting card, right? We can always get a new one. These first... Oh, so I line up, I guess. I think. Oh, okay, I see. A few people remain in the queue. Though most are finished, done with this charade. It's getting late. Your companion looks around the chamber, the faint yellow light filling every corner. Might be time to cast your vote, eh? Another job in the bag. Hells yeah. The goblin gives you a tired smile. Okay. Yeah, I've talked to enough people. Let's wait in line. That's it then. A bit of a wait, and then it's done. This vote is just the beginning, you know? Yeah, that's the scary part. Snell grabs one of the fence poles nearby, leaning his body weight upon it. How are you holding up, by the way? We've been moving constantly every waking hour for a long time now. You just stand still like this. Jesus, I feel like I'm getting feeble-minded. Not sure how to even comprehend this damn day. Snell rubs his bloodshot eyes. You could always talk to the press. Press? Yeah, like, get this all down on print. I've got a friend at the Post who'd love to write about all of this. Lumiere Kolichov. She's this crazy lizard woman. I think you'd like her. Lumiere Kolichov. Big name reporter for the Post. She writes articles about all kinds of esoteric bullshit and is able to turn anything into a compelling story. Hey, you've read her work. You have indeed. She is a hack fraud. Not sure how much you're able to say without getting into trouble with your bosses, of course. You've got friends everywhere, it seems. It's this line of work. I never seem to make acquaintances, only enemies or friends. He shakes his head. Kolichov, she's a hack fraud. The type of acting journalist who writes inane, unsellable, dialogue-focused genre fiction on the side. Absolutely. Just her type. Could be fun, maybe. Something to think about. But that's for tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Who knows how the city will look by then? Will you be alright? I'll be fine. A nonchalant shrug, with a hint of uncertainty. I've helped build one hell of an institution here. It'll make it through, no matter who's running the show. The HWBT will survive, I'm sure of that. Whatever you do, do not equate them to cockroaches. Okay, so definitely do not do the first answer. I think you're right. You've got some spunk in you. Sure, you've got spunk. The goblin grins. Now you, on the other hand, what about me? Well, what's your plan? You will serve, bend over, pray for mercy. Snell gives you a moment to think. So same thing, we told Etir we're going to try to help people. It's a very similar question, but not exactly the same. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. He shrugs. Thanks again for telling Darrow to shove it. That was great to see. I did? When? You know, when he told you to dismiss me. Well, way back then. He still remembers that. That was cool. Really, I didn't expect it. Oh, and by the way, your voice is still really high. What? Since you downed that mirror potion, it's still high-pitched. I should have been speaking at a higher pitch all this time. Okay, I see what the game is doing here. We're doing a flashback of all the moments we've had with Snell. Shit, how long do you think it'll last? Give it a few more days. Beyond that, I'm sure a faulty potion like that won't be hard to dispel. Goblin grins. The most evil grin you've ever seen in your entire life. As you keep talking, the chamber appears to grow ever thinner in folk. You only have a few more minutes left before it is time. Now, before you head up, ask him. Ask him what he's voting for. That'll help you figure him out for real. You know, I gotta ask about your political opinions. The goblin sighs. Yeah? Hit me. Say with a rough voice. Oh, okay. What are you voting in the election, citizen? That's private. Understandable. You know, come on. After everything, I'll respect it. Understandable. You know, I had to ask. I did expect, yeah. But he lets out a hearty scoff. I'll tell you this much, though. It won't be for the Freestriders. Good choice. I'm not sure how healthy an anti-stance really is, but I'm sure they'll win in the end anyhow. They always seem to do just that. You're green, I assume? Yeah. Cool. I read your many comments correctly then. He brings out a yellow notepad. I'm not the type to write stuff down, I swear. But at some point I realized I should note down how often you make all of these political comments. It got pretty ridiculous at some point. He's been keeping track. Then he flips through it. Here. Snell shows you a page full of scribbled lines. It's like 30 times, Cleric. I'm not saying you shouldn't be politically engaged, but you're clearly a bit too fixated. Only 30? I gotta pump those numbers up. I suppose so. The goblin shakes his head, placing the yellow notepad back into his jacket. As he looks away, silence takes over between the two of you. There is something. Something is left unspoken. It is weighing on Snell's mind. He takes a deep breath. Just a bit longer. It's all done. He does not want to address it, unless you do it first. Wisdom 3 DC. I want to look at all the... Oh, look at this. Interesting. So, what's the original DC on this? 11, 14, 17, 20. So the original DC was 20. I still have advantage, which is interesting. Or yeah, 23, I think. You solved the tea shop mystery, -3, okay. You got him out of the living library, okay. You had a chat about relationships. You fixed his... I fixed his lamp? That's 2 DC? Wow. You took a breather together. That was after the trap. Yeah, that was a good conversation. And you stood up for him against Darrow. That was a big one. So, yeah, easy. Oh, rolled a 3 on both of them. Wow. Snell is a good person. You can trust him. And you understand him. What's he thinking about then? He is thinking of Earth. Makes sense. Oh. There is a lot unspoken about your encounter in the void. Let him ask it. You are thinking about something. I am? Yes, I can tell. Let's talk about Earth. The goblin slowly closes his eyes, relaxing his posture. He is carrying it no longer. Yeah, I have to ask. I just had a brisk conversation with the man who personally slaughtered my entire race. Let me ask, what the fuck am I supposed to feel about that? Like number 2. I think you made your opinions very clear to his face, which is impressive, by the way. I figured I'm the only goblin alive who's actually going to get a chance to rage on the guy. Be ashamed to let that chance slip away. But he rubs his eyes. His brow furrows into a scrunched mess as he adjusts his jacket. A tick. I don't know. Part of me hates that he got to me at all. How do you mean? I should have shot him with the sling for what he's done, but... something about that look in his eyes. I wouldn't expect that look in the eyes of someone with that kind of power. Who had that kind of power? Who had that kind of power? That he knew from the start that it was all just a gamble. I don't know how to even process that. And that's how all those gods went about it, following divine visions of whichever die roll had the greatest chance of success. It's insane. I mean, the game we've been operating like that too. Yeah, real world choices cannot be broken down like that. It's far too complex. Agreed. Snell places a claw up against his temple. It's just this old man stands there defending every choice he's made as if he was infallible, while also showing so much regret. Like he knows how much he's fucked up along the way. But he'd still do it again. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Or should I be some all-forgiving monk just because he did his best? Did he really do his best though? On top of that, he has the gall to tell me what I should do. Like his words are anything other than the ramblings of a dead god. Fuck. I don't know. I think Snell shouldn't listen to him. Honestly. Fuck that guy. Fuck Earth. He looks down at the beautifully carved dwarven tiles. How do you feel about it? Exasperation. Breathless thinking. There is a good answer. These are all good answers, honestly. He shouldn't have gone to Askin to begin with. This one is basically agreeing with him, but it's true, but I don't want to, number 2, I'm not really keen on. Number 1's a pretty good answer. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna go. Actually, maybe I'll go with 3. He shouldn't have gone to Askin to begin with. The goblin looks up. He should have gambled on. Well, we should have all died. Am I going to be doomorous here? I could be doomorous here and just say we should have just died. We all should have died in the old country by man-made curse bombs and magically infused legionnaire blades. But if I were in his shoes, I'd probably have done the same thing. If I had to choose between the halfways making it or the rest of you humans, that is. I would also choose. I would also choose that. I hate humans now. Your comment forces a laugh out of him. Sure you do. I did it. The dwarf at the front of the queue yells, his voice echoing out into the now almost empty temple chamber. I finally voted. I actually did it. Huh. He steps back from the ballot box, wiping sweat from his brow. The dwarf turns to look out over the chamber, tears streaming from his bloodshot eyes. I didn't think it would be so difficult. What? At least you've got one guy who cares as much about politics as you. With this gentleman done, you see nothing now. Nothing standing between you and your voice. Such a waste of time. The end of election day. We waited all the way till 7 p.m. in the evening. That's interesting. All right. let's bring this to a close. I would like to vote. Can I talk to Snell? Oh, don't worry, cleric. You got this. You approach the ballot box. It's slit a canyon of possibilities. Time to cast this damn vote. The guy next to you drops in his own voting card. As he too leaves the chamber, only you and Snell remain. Speaking of which, here. Ah, thanks, Snell. From his breast pocket, the goblin shows you a freshly printed voting card, without any of the boxes filled in. Snag one of these on the way in. You'll need it after that ballsy move downstairs. Right, the living library. Yeah, sorry again about that. That was almost entirely on me. Don't worry about it, shit happens. A lot of shit happens in dungeons, yeah. You see the Norvikian stamp in the corner. The perch. It is official. The printing is a bit different from the card you received in the mail last week. Seems like the goblins must have ordered a new batch. Thanks. Don't mention it. He holds up another card looking just as fresh. I just snagged an extra when I took one for myself. Unceremoniously, Snell then drops his own voting card into the box. Done. He did it. Just like that. Stare at his calm demeanor and gasp. What do you want, a fucking ritual? Song and dance? It's in the box. That's what matters. Good on you for voting, Snell. I wasn't gonna not, after all of this. Anyhow, Snell steps aside. Your turn, cleric. There's so much building up to here. I mean, the tension is palpable. The ballot box looms. Turning to leave, he instead looks back with a scrunched expression. Just gotta ask one more thing. The prayer. What? The prayer. The old man mentioned you would pray every night for one thing. I think... Yeah, it was at the very end of our... Yeah. My guess is the prayer... It wasn't mentioned, but I think it's... I think the prayer is he doesn't want to be lonely. He wants to... It's not even just not love. He just doesn't want to be alone. It's been killing me, so I gotta ask. What was it? Yeah? The goblin gives you an almost desperate look. He needs to hear this. Can't hurt to share. Not like anyone will ever ask you again. It is an idiotic thing. You will surely enjoy hearing it. Let me drink some water before we continue this. Okay. It's, I'm just going to say it. Snell crosses his arms. I would look out the window each night. I'd look at the moon and the dark sky. Then I would ask Earth to give me one thing. It would be pretty funny if it was something else. Something stupid. Yeah? He leans in. What was it? I hold up a finger. One. Okay, so yeah, it was pretty close. Only one is enough. I prayed for one friend. The goblin listens. I was a lonely kid. He gives you a shrug. That's not unreasonable. It's really not. Your goblin companion laughs alongside you. He holds out a sharp claw. A handshake. Show of friendship. Brotherhood. A hand to shake. I'm just going to give him a firm handshake. You give him a firm handshake. He grins. See you around, cleric. Your goblin companion then walks down the stairs, heading straight for the exit. And he goes. As he goes, you hear him yell out, "And don't vote for anything stupid." Then you're alone. This ballot box feels like the actual final boss of the game. It's so silly. You see it staring at you. Next to it, a simple pencil. Just you and this amazing little box. Could you imagine a dozen revolutions, decades of violence and upheaval, all to get you the chance to write whatever you want on that little piece of paper and drop it in this silly box? You are now about to contribute as one in approximately 300,000. For comparison, the textbook on esoteric history you read for your tower's initialization was 320,000 words long. Imagine yourself as one of those words. Then realize how vastly little this action matters in the grand scheme of Norvik. Yet one singular word in that tome can change its entire meaning. Vote. Vote for every person, every creature, all things in this world of yours. Vote. Everything upon your shoulders. As you bring forth the voting card, the pencil in your hand, a world watching. I know who I'm going to vote for, so yeah. I know exactly what to vote. The ballot box believes you, so do it. Choose now, one final time. Oh, Meek's... I forgot Meek was here. Is this the voting? Sounds important. Meek thinks Master will choose good. Thanks, Meek. Yes, big thanks to me. Your talking scarf morphs back into a not talking scarf. The ballot box calls to you. You can delay it no longer. Let me go through these options here. It's just one vote. It doesn't really matter, right? It's more about the symbolism. You know, supporting the democratic revolution and so on. One man fighting against impossible odds. There is nothing more significant. Tense, yet still. You are in control here. Make a decision. What if I choose wrong? There is a reason goodness is aligned with intent rather than outcome. If you truly value the world, then there is no wrong choice. Only an attempt to fight for the right. No one's ever going to find out what you write on that card of yours. Not really. If someone asks later, you can just lie. So don't think too much into it. There's no correct vote, no wrong one either. Simply make do with this one singular voice of yours, your an insignificant duty in a sea of mediocrity. Gods be damned, you cannot wait for this election to be over. Wonder what will happen to Norvik. Difficult to say. Chaos, order breaking down, complete collapse. Or more logically, nothing at all, since nothing ever really changes from banalities like democracy. The city will live on. It has dealt with bigger issues in the past, and it will survive worse disasters in the future. You will make sure of it. There will be good days ahead. For you and all folk of this wonderful city. Now vote already. Here we go. You grasp the thin card. I like how... So we got all the parties, of course. You can vote for myself, or the cleric, Ragan, Snell, put in an empty ballot, or fill in every box just like the one we had before. But we know what we're going to do. We're going to vote for the Asgalists. You fill out the box with a heavy heart. For the ones who fall behind. For the ones who want to build an egalitarian dream. You are a good person. You hold the card in your hand, the ballot box below. A symbol for everything you are, everything you can be. Once you put this voting card inside that box, you have already made your choice. Now follow the string. Wait, what is this? %50 of what? Huh? Oh. Oh, is it a 50-50 choice? Whoa. Oh my goodness. Wow. Just wow. What a game. I'll let the credits play out, but as predicted. Oh, this is loud music. I'm gonna wait for the music to die down before I maybe share more of my thoughts about the game, but yeah, because I can't adjust the. I could try adjusting the. Hold on. Okay. No, I adjusted it in OBS, so it should. Unfortunately, it's loud in my speaker in my headphones, but it at least you should be able to hear me on the stream now. But yeah, what should I say about this game? Honestly, incredible writing, incredible story building, characters. Like again, no voice acting, but you know, reading it all is not the biggest deal. Mechanics were cool. The battles I found were really cool, particularly because it was very narrative. Like you could make different choices and all that. I think if the one criticism I will have is toward the end of the game, where it's like, I think we were on day 5 or 6, I think, just before the election, where we're struggling trying to get at those last 2 side quests, which were time locked. We're trying to wait till after midnight, but the game doesn't give us any easy way to do that. We ran out of short rests. We ran out of hit die to do those short rests. I think if they just simply added an option to just wait around, that would have solved that. But yeah, there also from reading, there does seem to be a lot of quests that are based on time, which I get adding them, but it does make it more difficult to like try to get 100% completion in this game. So yeah, if there's any criticism, that's probably where I'd put that. It just makes me a bit sad that I couldn't do the rest of those quests. But overall, this game is amazing. And I've never played Disco Elysium, and again, I know that this game has a lot of inspiration from that, so it's hard for me to like compare it to that game because I never played it. But just based on the experience alone, I felt pretty invested. It did. Oh, I think, is that the elf there? There's a seagull. But this game, I felt really invested through most of the game. Like, you had a tea shop mystery, you got all these other things you can do. Like, and it's a D&D game. Like I'll see. I don't think I've mentioned this, but I tried playing like Baldur's Gate 3, and from what I've heard, it's an amazing game. It's all right. Definitely more D&D focused, but I could never get myself to like continue playing it for some reason. I don't know why. It just well, you can see the Planescape Torment was also an inspiration to this game. Also a game I never played either. But a huge and heartfelt thank you to every single person who has bought and played, legally or otherwise, this silly game of mine. While I have had the privilege to work with so many wonderful people for the last 2 years, Esoteric Ebb has been a lonesome journey for me. Oh, dang it. I can't. I wish they didn't. I can't read that out. With that, we end today's session. It's been an honor to DM for you over the course of this adventure. Your cleric has been incredibly interesting to watch. Oh. That's a compliment. Somehow you actually managed to score an actual date with a tear, the little angel. You did. I'm sure she's as surprised about that as I am, yet you went the distance and showed yourself interesting, to whatever small degree, before this ancient metaphysical being. You're also going to comment my date with, be proud of that, and a little afraid. Oh, and don't forget about your new buddy Isk. He will have to seek out terrifyingly powerful magic in order to bring back his dear wife. You think he can do it? Maybe you'll have to help him out. The hints at the sequel here. When it comes to Meek, you've obviously got a familiar for life. Meek was pretty cool. Though you better keep an eye out. That old master of his is definitely still around. Maybe you'll even get to have a chat with him at some point. Okay. Then there are questions surrounding those lost mines Axel was looking for. That sounds like a higher tier dungeon to me. Yep. Cool. I'm guessing that might be a great focus for the next adventure. Who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? No matter what, the Golden Horde will keep a watchful, radiating eye on this city of yours. And that eye might end up fixated on you because of how you played in that meeting. It'll be exciting to see. Your cleric is also stacked with riches from the deck of many things, of course. I don't want to ruin your fun too much, but he is going to have to pay taxes on that. Plus, he collected it while on an official mission. Oh, no. No. Expect to keep less than half. Sorry. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. Yes, you did. You're the DM. Okay, I technically did. But trust me, I'll make sure your cleric keeps a decent chunk. And you did also buy those dungeon land rights. So I'm sure you'll make even more money with that. Eventually, right? Surprised that's mentioned in here. Okay. Ultimately, though, I am most intrigued by your encounter with Earth. For Snell, it was a meeting with the horrors of the past. For Atir, it was a reminder. The more she stays put, the faster everything around her spins. For the cleric, it must have made a lasting impression. One that will shape his future in the era to come. Speaking of which, with the election done, I feel like this campaign needs a time skip. Couple of months? Years? Oh, sequel. Norvik is heading into tumultuous times, but your Asgul cleric will surely find purpose in the cause. I can't wait to see what you do next. Christopher Bodegaard, the guy who made this game. Oh. Okay, so I just noticed something right away. So we're back to the main menu. You notice that there's Mushroom Man, there's the Golden Horde Ambassador, and then there's this person. This is the person this is the Elf Warden that we never got to meet. Because, you know, we were only supposed to meet them after midnight, and we never got the opportunity to do so. So, I guess that's sad, but I don't know. We didn't complete all the quests, but I feel like we got through most of them, and I felt like I had a pretty good taste of the game. I don't think I would probably wouldn't replay it all, because it's kind of doesn't really have much replayability, I guess, because you already know what's going to happen and all the choices that are there, but I don't know. I would definitely look forward to a sequel. It does sound like again, because it's like a D&D campaign, you play session, and this is like one session of a game, and then there's you can have multiple sessions. It's not a one shot. Hopefully it's not a one shot. But yeah, going back to what I think about the game, yeah, as I said, just incredible. It's clearly they've put a lot of work into this game, a lot of attention to detail, a lot of, you know, again, world building, writing. Like, there are a lot of little jokes that were, I think, only work because of the time that we live in. I think if you played this game like maybe 10 or 20 years later, maybe the same jokes won't hit again. But yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. I think I was thinking of maybe doing a Blue Sky post. Maybe I'll write out a little mini review or something, but yeah. So yeah, that's Esoteric Ebb. That's going to be it for today. And yeah, if there's any other D&D like games that come by, or role-playing games, I'll definitely consider playing them on stream. Okay. So I'll be posting a schedule for this upcoming week later today to my Blue Sky and Discord. The plan is, again, I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. So on no stream tomorrow, Tuesday, we're gonna keep going the theme of flying city games. So Airborne Empire on Tuesday. Wednesday will be Aether and Iron. We'll just continuing that story. And then Thursday, Friday. On Thursday, Thursday, Friday will be Busbound. It's coming out on the Thursday, and that is simply, I did play the demo for that off stream myself, and that game, essentially it's a bus driving simulator sort of game, but it has some twist in it, where it sounds like you set up routes in a sort of fictional city, and as you grow your bus service, you also improve the city, like, you know, make it more livable, put some bus lanes in, that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a bit different, I guess, a little bit different from what I usually play. I guess the closest thing would have been Star Trekker, and unfortunately we know how that game turned out. So I'm hoping for a lot more of a better experience from Busbound here. So yeah, so basically just 4 streams this coming week, and I hope you can join me for that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.